and welcome to UC Today. My name is Kieran Devlin and today's session is Fixing Hybrid Collaboration, Martello's Vantage DX for Microsoft Teams and Zoom. I'm delighted to be joined by Randah McKinnie, VP of Product at Martello. Randah, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
Before we explore exactly what is Vantage DX for hybrid collaboration, can you please tell us a little about yourself, Randah, and your Martello journey?
Absolutely. I'm the VP of Product here at Martello. I've been with the organization for just over a year now, and really excited to be working with the company to bring this hybrid collaboration solution to market. My background is highly in live collaboration solutions across the board. So I'm excited to see us be able to monitor beyond Microsoft Teams with this solution.
And this is a very interesting development industry-wide where more and more organizations and service providers are working with both Microsoft Teams and Zoom, the hybrid collaboration of which we speak. What are some of the challenges that are accompanying this new development?
Yeah, to confirm what you just said, we've seen a recent study that said about 62% of organizations in a particular survey said they are using both Teams and Zoom for their collaboration. And really what we're seeing is there are different use cases being covered. So Teams is more typically used for the day-to-day internal collaboration needs between employees. And then Zoom is utilized more for the external meetings and for things like webinars. And the reason behind it, the number one reason was actually ease of use. So the Zoom tool is seen in this particular poll as an easier to use tool. I think too, because of that, it's great that IT organizations can offer kind of the bespoke solution that's going to be the best thing for their people to use. And while Zoom may or may not be easier to use, Teams is, of course, far more embedded in a lot more of the collaboration tools that our knowledge workers are using, right? That whole digital experience and also with Copilot and then integrated with all of the Office tools. So wouldn't it be great if you can make sure that those experiences are phenomenal, regardless of what you're using them for and across these platforms, even though they're offered by different companies and, of course, come with different tools.
And that seamlessly segues into the solution that you guys have developed for these challenges. Please tell us a little bit about Vantage DX for hybrid collaboration environments. What types of features and capabilities are you bringing to market?
Right. So we are all about monitoring these collaboration experiences. So we're trying to provide that optimal digital experience. And so VDX is focused on being able to, what I like to say, give you X-ray vision into your network. So to let you know exactly what's going on across the network space, and then you can look specifically at whichever collaboration environment you need to look into, be it Zoom or Teams, and you can start to see where you might have problems in the future. And so optimize your network ahead of time so that users don't see problems. And then also after the fact, if a problem was encountered, you can go in and really determine what was it that went wrong. And so IT departments are always facing the challenge of someone calling them and saying, hey, what the heck happened in that meeting, right? Like suddenly we all lost our video, or the sound was choppy, or people were dropping off of calls. And you don't want to be on the back foot when that phone call comes. In fact, you want to be ahead of it, of course. But if those things do happen, you want to be able to have the answer. And so we're giving you tools that provide those answers. And what we're doing now is we're letting you do that across two different environments. So rather than having to log into an admin console for Teams and an admin console for Zoom, you can log into VDX and you can get that information all within a single tool. So that also means that IT departments are, not having to train their people on different tools. They're not having to compare information that may be using a little bit of different terminology or charts and graphs if they're having to report out on efficacy of the tools, charts and graphs that don't really show exactly the same thing, so it's hard to compare. You're speaking the same language, you're understanding all that information. So what information is there we've done this for Teams before, but certainly for Zoom, what we've added is the ability to monitor the meetings and webinars. And the kinds of information you can get in there is what you would expect for this sort of tool. So your good call rate information, your MOS scores, your call volume, packet loss, round trip times. So you're monitoring the audio experience, video experience, and also the screen share experience. You can get stream info for all of those, CPU usage for the machines. And then let's say the question was, this particular user was having a problem. What was going on with them? You can see that. So you can drill into a specific meeting. You can see specific users and what was happening with them. So that's what's happening specifically in the Zoom dashboards that we're offering. But within the overall VDX tool, there's so much more available. So you can set in there your custom alerts. So if there were certain thresholds that you wanted to monitor to for SLA standards that you were trying to offer the organization, you can create your own custom alerts to be able to do that. Also, the overall tool, we have a really amazing element called our network path tracing, which is part of our network diagnostics. And so that gives you, from the network perspective, the whole picture of what's happening. So let's say you have offices in 2 different locations across the globe. You can figure out why people in your North American office, say in Chicago, are having trouble connecting to a meeting versus the people in your London office in the UK, they're not having any trouble. Well, that's a really broad distance and potentially a lot of network hops that you're going through for that collaboration to occur. And of course, they're all then connecting to the Teams server, the Zoom server. So the network diagnostics tool can show you what's happening at every hop. So you can see, oh, there's latency at the ISP for the people in Chicago. And that actually was the issue as opposed to an issue with the Zoom service. We really give you, for me, I think that's the thing we see people get really excited about is when they get this visual representation of what's happening through that network diagnostics. So all of this is now together in the VDX solution, and we've added all of this for Zoom in addition to Teams.
Fantastic. And I was wondering, I think we touched on it a little bit there, but I was wondering if you could please give us a little more detail on how the swathe of exciting new features explicitly support service providers and organizations address those challenges of hybrid collaboration.
Absolutely. So first of all, they can support their audience in using both tools. They can feel confident supporting the organization that is not just using one or the other. And then as they have people come on board or have to learn this ability to be able to monitor and report on these capabilities and troubleshoot their network, we're actually helping them with that challenge of not having to train people in multiple tools, train people in different terminology or interpreting the charts. So we're reducing complexity there, we're reducing training costs for the IT organizations. And you've got a single third-party management tool that you're using as opposed to maybe a whole bunch of separate tools. So those are some of the key benefits. So we're adding hopefully some simplicity and some cohesion there for those organizations.
Terrific. And one final question before I let you go, Randah. How can viewers find out more about VDX for hybrid collab environments?
Yeah, so there's a link provided here with this video. They can select that link, and that's going to take them to a specific location on our website to give more information on this part of the solution. And then I know we have people in our team ready to give demos so they can actually see this in action.
Amazing. Well, I think that's all we've got time for today, but it's been a terrific session as ever with yourself, Randah. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Kieran. Good to talk to you.
And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share on social media, and we'll see you next time. I've been Kieran Devlin of UC Today. Thanks for watching.